Boarding brings to UCC what immigration seems to bring to Toronto. It's a great melange of different cultures.
I think it gives the school an identity, and it gives it more of a complexity and a diversity, and it's just a whole different character and image for the school.
Well, first of all, if there wouldn't be any boarding, I think that would deny the opportunity to over 80 students, 80 brilliant minds to come here from across the world.
Everybody gets to experience the world from right here in this house.
You can go to a good school and get a great education, but to live in and amongst guys who are from all over the world is really irreplaceable.
I learned so much just from boarding that you just can't learn in a classroom, just life lessons that are amazing.
I was a day student. I was in Orr's house in grade 9. I was a day student. Left for grade 10, so my parents were all over the place, and then came back and boarded for 11, 12, 13. So it was the ability that this was here, that I could still have the education. But what it really means to me, there's a painting on the wall. Painting on the wall over there, my grandfather did, which is of the quad. You know, when I came here, just you could not believe. You know, you don't go there. You know, that's where rich and famous people go. What the hell are you doing there? So he would come and pick me up, and, you know, for weekends. They lived in town, and but he'd never come in. I'd always ask, "Come on, Grandpa, come on in, come on in, come on." Oh, no, me, never. And that painting was his view. So he would poke his head into the quad, park the car, and that's his view of Upper Canada College.
You know everyone else intimately, and they know you, and you get to know yourself, warts and all. And as a result, you become a more self-assured person, and there's a greater authenticity of character.
I think after 20 years, I would remember the experience as a whole and how it changed me. It changed my life, and it changed me as a person too.
What I think I'll miss the most when I get out of boarding is just you become so familiar with your surroundings and the people around you.
There's a lot of things, like a lot of memories for sure. But the thing that I would remember in 20 years was the link, the brotherhood again. I can't explain how incredible the links are.
I think one of the things that I'm going to remember about boarding 20 years from now would be this feeling of warmth that I get when I walk into the house, and I know that I'm not alone when I come back from school.
The message I would send to those people who fought to keep boarding at UCC would be thank you. Thank you very much. I hope nobody ever underestimated the power of the group of people who were able to bring boarding back to the forefront. But since we've had that change of heart and really got behind it, I would say the school, from the Board of Governors and principal all on down, have really stepped forward and provided the kind of infrastructure that we need to really make boarding at UCC as good as it is at any school.
There's this great sense of momentum that came from that original, let's call it, uprising.
So boarding really needs to grow, and there need to be more students because there's so many great minds out there, and out of so many, there's only a few that can always get in here. And that's why if we would have more funding, well, I guess we could have more students come to the school.
I feel that, especially with this boarding reunion coming up, I hope that 20 years down the road, I can be coming back to the boarding reunion, and I can walk in and I can see some of the new kids, and I can look at it and be like, wow, like it hasn't gotten worse, it's only gotten better.
I think the role for all alumni and friends of the boarding community would be to stay involved and keep boarding having a voice in a community. It's a smaller community compared to the rest of the school, but it's so vibrant, so please stay involved, keep supporting it. It needs your support to be the best in the world. My dream for boarding would really be to expand the horizons of the classroom beyond the grounds that we have here into the bigger city, and I think if we can do that, we're going to set ourselves in a position that most boarding schools couldn't do.
3 things that need to happen. 1, we need to get the message out that we're here to stay, and we're here to flourish. Number 2, we're all ambassadors of the school, and so we must sell UCC boarding, be proud of it and sell it. And number 3, we've got to get behind and support this with our dollars.
You know, my dream for boarders and the boarding program is that we can make it really the signature piece of the school.
My brother had been here. He was the class of 2000. Had boarding been shut down, I would never have been able to experience this myself, and I would never have known the joy and the warmth and the welcoming of all the people in this community. So, to all the people out there who really supported boarding when it was at its most vulnerable, I thank you from the bottom of my heart that I could experience such a great place.